Today, we're here with the WWDC 24. You better bring it. Woo woo. We're here for the WWDC 24. Say it one more time. Bring it. Let me just turn this music off and stop being silly. All right, 1 second. We're having some technical issues. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right, all right. I'm here. All right. So one thing I can tell you, I don't know if you guys saw my last live. I wasn't happy. I wasn't even close to happy. Let's bring up the slides. So we're going to just keep this short to the point. Today I'm here to see DC 24, and Apple better bring it. Apple better bring it. My life has gotten so busy. I had turned off the cable. Then I turned off almost all my streaming services. I don't have time to burn. Now, Keynotes to me is like, like a movie premiere. But if y'all gonna come with that must stuff you did for the last one, get loose, something loose, whatever loose, nah, you better bring it, Apple, or I will be not watching Keynotes anymore. So I took a poll. Let's bring this, enlarge this. I had took a poll on my community page. Are you considering purchasing any new iPads after watching the Get Loose keynote? And the majority pretty much said, you know what? I would buy a new device once I see Dub 24. Um, for me personally, I'm keeping it real. You have to give me a reason to need a new iPad. I have an iPad 2018. I have an iPad mini. I believe it came out in 2021, but I just got it. And then I have a classic iPad. And I have a MacBook. Now, I'm not sure if shots were fired on me because, only a handful of people seen it, maybe 40 people. But I guess people were wondering why some of us were overreacting or reacting the way we were reacting. I know what an iPad is, and I know what an iPad does, and it's come a long way. My issue was, would it be so hard to evolve into a notebook, a Mac, like a MacBook, for the price they were charging for the configuration I was after? Without the keyboard, it was more money than my MacBook. And I'm not getting extra ports, and I'm not getting the ability to use it like a laptop, but you're more powerful than my laptop. So some of you guys may have seen the keynote. I haven't. Maybe the joke's on me or the joke's on us for us. Apple, you don't get it. But I was one of those people that was fussing because I was like, I want my iPad to become a MacBook. The the For me, the Pro, an iPad has a versatility unlike the MacBook. I could touch the screen. I could it has the camera in the front and the back, which, I don't want to sound like a whiner complainer. Apple, you suck. Apple, you don't suck. I'm saying, why did you put the M4 chip in here and then it still acts like an iPad? At this point, it can't act like a MacBook. Like, my logic is, yeah, so if an iPad works more like a MacBook, then you wouldn't need a MacBook. Okay. But I'm hoping, as Apple as they're doing innovations like the Vision Pros and other things I'm sure are down the pipeline, that you would evolve from the phone, you would evolve from the MacBook. In other words, maybe the MacBook might become obsolete because greater things are down the pipeline and will be coming At least that's the logic. I'm like, I like the lightness of the iPad, the thinness of the iPad. It's just more portable. I like the sizes they come in. Either I can have a mini or a big, 13-inch Pro. For me, and as far as I'm concerned, the laptop for me is dead. If I start like this, I used to have what do they call it, the big 24-inch whatevers. We have one for the family to use. Like here's a family computer. But me personally, even since I've had my new MacBook, I've had it since Valentine's. I only use it to do StreamYard. This is it. So I personally I would love to have my, my iPad to be able to work exactly like my MacBook. And if I never buy a MacBook again, fine. This is the first time I brought a MacBook and I didn't fully spec it out. I only need it for StreamYard and nothing else. And the only reason why I gave it a little bit of power, because I might use my MacBook to edit in the future. As soon as I can get Final Cut Pro, if they show me a reason to get Final Cut Pro, because right now I'm using LumaFusion, which I love, but I came from Avid, then went to Final Cut, then Final Cut changed because Final Cut when I went to college performed more like Avid. So then a lot of my friends were using oh my god, I forget what they're using now. I think it's Adobe, whatever, and the other one. There's two popular editing. I can't think of it right now. DaVinci or whatever. Um, but so now that I have a MacBook, I would like to go back into pro editing. I ain't gonna lie, the iPad editing is fantastic, but I'm coming from Avid, which had like 99 channels, like ways that you could really edit. So anyway, I'm getting off track here. So I in my previous live, the one with Get Loose or Let Loose or whatever, I had the rant of all rants. If you haven't seen it, please do. Please do. I'm not gonna really have a wish list because I had the wish list there. So the question of the day, will Apple's software match the power of their hardware? Some of you guys know the answer because I'm late. This thing started at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is now 6:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some of you know the answer. I don't. But I in my previous live, this one here, I gave Apple the benefit of the doubt that you gave us all that power, all that hardware for a reason. And all I'm saying is make it good, or I will no longer flip my life around to see your keynotes. Sometimes I make sure I have the day off just to watch your keynotes. Now, today I said I might change my life around. I'm not. I'm not. You just better bring it. So, with that being said, y'all, please grab a separate device. You're going to head over to the Apple website. Let me pull up their stuff. And we're going to just, because I was just like, no, you're abusing my trust. Come on, bring back that Apple magic. Because a keynote to me is just like innovation at its finest. Hold on. And if you guys ain't bringing it, then I might changing my life. So let me share the screen just in case you're not familiar with Apple's website. I was just like, oh, you tried it, and I'm not the one. So we're here. Oh, wait. We're seeing hints here. We're at the Apple website. You were going to be watching WW24, and oh wow, it's almost 2 hours. So let me stop chatting so I could be done by 8 o'clock. Let me just get my stuff back up. Here we go. All right, y'all a little quiet. I see a handful of y'all coming in and out, but show love if you're an Applehead. But otherwise than that, thank you for coming through. But feel free to come in and chat. I know I'm still kind of Newish to these tech streets. I get it. Nothing like the hazing rituals. Just kidding. And five, four, three. Oh snap! Let me get my headphones in my ear. Two. Did I put the right headphones in? All right. One. All right. Somewhere over California. That- I like how Rockwell has the Vision Pros on. Hilarious. Yo, they got the classic iPod. iPod was the first device I owned, and the rest is history. They got the rainbow old school Macintosh throwback on the flight suits. Not the rainbow plane. They got this high tech intro. They were not playing. Also, they're going to be covering everything. Watch OS, Mac OS, iOS. Good morning, Tim. Does anybody have Apple TV Plus? Right now, I don't have. I think all I have is Hulu left and Amazon Prime, and they're both going. And then once I get my life together, I'll put some of the stuff back on. Ooh, sorry, I'm sleepy. Long day. Always a long day for me. I think I've been up since I think 4 or 5 in the morning. Oh, I had to do something for the people I freelance with, and had to get up super early so I can do what they were asking me to do, so I could be here. I wonder if anything on Apple TV is shot with like an iPhone. It's like this series was shot with an iPhone. Vision OS, iOS, Audio and Home OS, Watch OS, iPad OS, and Mac OS. Oh no. Should I get more Coke? I'm so tired. Actually, I need to get away from this. I think I'm starting to develop a caffeine addiction and sugar addiction. Oh God. Ooh. Ooh. I feel like Vision Pros are the future of computer. I feel like that's the future. That's why I was like, yo, you need to make your laptops irrelevant because the world as we know it is going to be a different world. We don't really need laptops. Just freaking make the iPad a laptop and call it a day. I mean, some people need laptops and computers, but the majority of us don't. What's your favorite? What's your major? That guy Visual SO too. Who are the lucky mofo's that own this thing? This $3,000 headset. This whole then set up with the couch. This is like with the tree. Well, actually, they're on the Apple campus. I wouldn't mind my home looking like that though. It's so nice and zen. I don't know about it being white, not unless it comes with a maid. Oh, excuse me. It's gonna be a lot of yarn, and I'm sleepy. I never heard of this. What do you think about the 20-year-olds that don't know Michael Jackson's music? I never heard of this, Derek. Now I gotta Google what's going on. Let me see. Michael died 15 years ago. I guess if your parents didn't expose you to Michael, it's possible. It's getting to that point, you know. I know Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 from my parents. I know it's got nothing to do with Apple, but I don't have a Vision Pro, just saying. Oh my God, am I going to be yawning the whole time? Yarning's not saying it's boring, it's just I'm tired. Just to throw that out there. Y'all better make if when Vision Pros become like regular glasses, then we're talking. I knew I wasn't buying the Vision Pro. I knew I needed a MacBook and I needed a phone. I think I'll need an iPad maybe 2 to 4 years from now. But if Apple gives me a reason to buy one, maybe next year. Well, I'll take that back. Hold on. I live in the hood. Give me a second. I'll have to mute my mic from time to time because people insist on sharing with the world their music. Like we don't have our own radios or something, our own, iPhones with music in it. Like, why do people blast their music out the car? Nobody cares. I don't even know how to use that feature. I just got a phone and I'm still trying to like figure out all the new things on the phone. But shout out to my phone carrier. They took a nice chunk of money off. I was like, "Beep, beep, beep, beep." I forgot why I brought a phone. Oh, the battery was dying too much. When people called me, I couldn't speak without AirPods or headphones. There was something else my phone did, but it was also a iPhone 8. I had a security issue on a vacation, a real bad one. It was scary because it doesn't update anymore. So yeah, I didn't have to get a 15. I could have just got like I think a 10 or something, but I was like, nah, just upgrade it. So I don't have to upgrade for a while. Also, with Vision Pro being the future, I'm wondering will they have this ridiculously high price forever? Like 3,000 for a headset is excessively too much. Even though I've heard it's an amazing tool, but whoa. Having one of those weird days where I can't get comfortable. I'm like, oh god. Under my under this desk, I have a admin, but the dog likes to lay there. So of course I'm not gonna move her. Oh, now she moves. Well, now I can get comfortable. I guess she got tired of me wiggling. And when the other dog left, I guess she got lonely, and now she goes under it. Where's my dog? Where did she go? Well, she's somewhere in here. Like everything in here is black, including her, so I can never find her. Again, I'm not bored. I'm sleepy. iOS. Apple, even though I'd be saying some hard stuff, I would love to be invited on this campus next year or sooner. I'm harsh out of love. I'm harsh because I want nothing but the best from this company. Oh, that's cool. Can I do that now? Where's my phone? Oh, I wanna. Yeah. His home screen's his dog. Actually, if mine was, now it's my mom. I know one of my devices, it is my dog. I think it's one of my iPads. Hello, my puppy. Hashtag dog lover. I realized I really need to get a new office chair. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 6 on being comfortable but you gotta sit down here for a minute. You're like, maybe go to Staples and go look at some chairs. I think I bought this chair during the pandemic. I had it for a while, like almost 5 years. No. I'm impressed with the people that know Michael Jackson in this younger generation. With Michael Jackson being passed away for 15 years, I think 2 weeks from now. Um, Me personally, when I was growing up, I never really listened to any old music. Only listened to new music. So it's if people don't know Michael's music, that's somewhat understandable, especially if they're 20 years old. They would have had to been exposed to Michael from their parents. Uh, Even though we had a couple of albums come out after his death, the most recent being Escape. Like I said, almost all my exposure to music came from my mom's uncles, aunties. Um, then my friends become a bigger influence, like maybe when I'm around, 10ish. But yeah, it just depends, your parents or your environment. I could see it. I find that not weird, but weirdish. I'm like, how do you not know Michael's music? But if someone played me music from an artist that came out when I was 5 years old, like I'm 20 and then they're playing something that came out when I was five, it's a possibility I wouldn't know it, even if it was a mainstream hit. But I get it. Michael is the top of the tier artist. How do you not know? It's possible. I don't know how, but especially like Billie Jean Thriller, there's just some songs that are so ingrained in pop culture. How do you not know Michael's music? I actually want to know, are you guys being serious or you really don't know Michael's music? Now we have smart hair dryers. I I'm one of those people. I love technology and the way technology makes things easier, but it's equally scary when those things don't work properly. I was going to get one of those electronic locks, and I still might get it, but as my main lock because every time the family, sometimes my family come lives with me, especially in the warmer weather because they don't live in New York anymore. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, you could take the extra room, whatever. And the problem is the keys. So then I was like, oh, we need like at least one electronic lock. And then one of my friends said there's a way to hack those, and I'm like, of course they found a way. But of course, the thought of a smart home, it's intriguing, but they got to find a way to like make it really reliable, or as reliable as possible, or as hack, resistant as possible. And like I said, we still might get it because the key thing's always the thing. Oh, you know, da da da. And then recently, well, I don't want to get into details, but the point is, we need a better solution. Sometimes my friends stay here, and then it's this whole big thing. Oh, I need the key. No, you need a hotel. Just kidding. Right now, did you guys hear the drama with New York and the hotels? So because of the migrants not having ample housing, they had to start using hotels. So some of the hotels, some people that have booked, trips for hotel stay have been booted to house them. Um, so it's just like even if my family wanted to book a hotel, like there's like a 8% markup on this stuff or higher. New York already has some of the most expensive hotels I've ever seen. So, now my family's like, oh, can we stay? Of course, you could stay with me. The only time people like get a hotel is when there's too many. Like my Chicago family, it's just too many of them when they come out. Well, usually, like honestly, no, actually, I don't think they all. No, no, actually, they have came up. I remember when they came up, all they had to get a hotel. It was too many of them. According to my mailbox, I have 30,000 plus unread emails. I need to like unsubscribe to stuff. It's annoying. It's always like stuff that I subscribe to, and then they just OD with it. I'm literally erasing mail as we speak. It's like, why do I have all this email in here? For those that are going to New York Comic Con, because they put that in my mail today, verification is open for NYC tickets. Honestly, I did not get tickets this year because I want either Hayden Christensen. Yes, I know how I saw him recently, but I could see him again. Mark Hamill. Who else would make me see? Ahsoka's. The ladies who play the roles of Ahsoka's voice. What else? Rose. I don't know. There's not so many people I want to see, and I only go to the meet and greets. Oh shoot! I just emailed the verification thing. One second, I need to. Awkward. please bring Sims 4 on these devices, and I want Sims like we could have a gazillion babies, like how it is on the PC version. I don't have time to sit at a PC. Even if I had time to sit at a PC, I just realized I have CD-ROMs, and this Mac doesn't have a CD-ROM. My other Mac had a CD-ROM. How do you play? I guess you got to download the games, which means they probably don't sell the game CDs anymore. Wow, we're coming to a world where hard copies are just becoming a thing of the past. Again, mixed feelings. Wow, I just realized I have something one that I can't play. I was like, wait a minute, which is kind of good. I used to play Sims for like, I'm not exaggerating, 10 hours plus every freaking day. So I have Sims on my Xbox, but it's uncomfortable. Not just bought a chair, but I brought this freaking chair that I need to unbox so I could sit someplace comfortable. My couch sucks. I have the most uncomfortable couch on the freaking planet. And if I'm playing The Sims, I need minimum 3 hours just to sit down and do nothing. Play Sim Life. Hey, hey, what's good? I hope to be back on my Jackson Family channel in a few days as we get ready for MJ season 2024. Um, I don't know if I'm going to be collabing with Tori. I got to look at her schedule, but I will be back on that channel. We're also having trouble finding stuff to do for MJ week. I found a couple of things in New York, but there used to be like Disney Day and karaoke. I haven't found any of that. So as soon as I can find some more events, I'll be back on that channel. Or if something awesome happens, I'll be back sooner. I wonder if there's an option if you don't want to see a certain event or person that you could say, hey, if like I don't want you to play this and replay anymore. Like my iPhone be replaying the most messiest stuff. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to remember this funeral. I don't want to remember this situation. It, well, yeah, I figured that with that name. Are you doing anything for Michael Jackson week? I think it starts in a good 2 weeks. I am doing something, but I can't reveal it yet. I'm super excited. I'm actually going to be working on my fourth channel. I can't believe I have 4 channels, 4 active channels. Um, Showing the behind the scenes of me, building closets and open closets and stuff to get ready for this exciting year. Well, I know some of the YouTubers are having online specials. Tori's doing a live June 25th on the Invincible Jacksons. I'm doing a live too, but I got to reach out to Tori, my partner, to make sure I'm not conflicting hers. Um, I was going to do MJ the musical, but I think I want to save that for either Melanie's birthday. I don't know if you're familiar with Melanie Freeman. She was that lady who recently passed away, but she pretty much ran the New York chapter. Or I want to do MJ the musical Yeah, I think I want to do it for Melanie's birthday or somewhere down the line, but not June 25th. I want, especially with the 15-year anniversary, either I want to be someplace significant like California or New York and highlight something, or I'll be online with Tori. If the weather depends where the weather is, but a lot of my friends they're going to be in Cali for June 25th at Forest Lawn. 15 years since Michael passed away. That's crazy. Oh, that's cool. When do you listen to Michael? Now I listen to two every day on Station Head. I don't know if you know, I am Jen Jackson has her own Michael Jackson station head. Also, Straight Until Morning has her own station head. Uh, I saw some syndicated channels. Some freaking Apple AirPods are like freaking audio drugs. Like my well actually I had two pair that broke already. I couldn't even make it a week without it. I said I gotta give me another pair. A lot of us were. I was 10 years old, listening to MJ music, but I heard Michael pass away. I was so sad and cried. A lot of us were. It took me a while to get over that. Like it was so interesting. Never met Michael a day in my life, and his passing was as if I knew him. It was so interesting how that was. I've never experienced that. Like being sad over a stranger passing away. But oh man. But it's interesting. So many like strangers connect with him because of his music and just the things that he's done. Like there's so many stories of all the um, things Michael has done for people, like paid for funerals, done stuff for people that were sick and dying and helped them live, like this. I changed my office recently, but I used to have this book, a whole book about his humanitarian acts, and it didn't even cover. It would cover a small sleeve of the things he's done. So some people have met him or have been impacted by his kindness. Like I can't wait for the Michael Jackson biopic. I really can't. I can't wait to just see like what we learn about him. That's so cool. Oh, I want to do Coke so bad. Coca-Cola addict. Actually, I like Pepsi better, but I got Coca-Cola in the house trying to find a Wolverine can. I So a stranger brought this for me today. I went to buy lunch. It was expensive. It was like fries and a wrap, $17. So I said, "How much is the Coke?" And they were like $2. And I'm like, "Nah, like that's it. That's too much money." So the stranger just said, "Hey, Coke on me," and I'm like, "I'm gonna cherish this can." I actually don't have this one. I have Deadpool and a couple other ones, but I want Wolverine. I have Wolverine all around my house. I have a very interesting house. Every time people come over, they have either they think I have children, or they think I have a male roommate, and I'm like, no, baby, this is all me. I'm the one with all the cool. I'm gonna call it, oops, male stuff. Male stuff. I have the sunglasses. All you need is the sunglass and the glove. All you need is the glove, and people know who you are. But you got all three. I have an Apple Watch, and it's old, so it's doing this weird thing where you got to charge it so much. And because I use my Apple Watch to control my phone, I will always have an Apple Watch, but I kind of wish the Apple would have like a fitness band or something. I just rather have, like, right now I'm not wearing my Apple Watch. I'm wearing a G Shock. Actually, yesterday I did an unboxing for this. And I can't explain it. I've been wearing watches like an accessory for years, since I was young, since Swatch was like cool. I mean, I'm an 80s kid, so Swatch was a huge deal when we were younger. And so I kind of miss, there's something about a traditional watch the Apple Watch has not been able to capture. You have it in the customized bands. It gives it a little personality, but in other words, like now I'm trying to find a case where I could just put my Apple Watch in a pouch, and if I need it for my iPhone remote, but especially now it just dies. It's rare I can get the Apple Watch for the whole day now, and I'm like, feature wise, the Apple Watch is phenomenal. But it's, like I said, it's lacking something. I feel like Apple needs to start opening up their, I guess, their ecosystem to companies so that you can get certain information but still have a watch. I don't know. Uh, oh, that's one thing I do use the iPhone for, to monitor my heart. Um, but I'm feel like, can you just make a like, can you make like an Apple ring, and certain things would be monitored on my finger, so I could just, I don't know. Like, oh, do I have to wear this watch? Just, I, s- I could dance like him sometimes, but definitely not the moonwalk. One time I moonwalked and everybody was screaming, and I never was able to do it again. But that's cool, man. Oh, that see that this time Apple gets you. That like even if you want to like have a traditional watch, your traditional watch doesn't do things like translate languages. I got lucky. I got to go to Paris one time. Everyone spoke English except one person. But my cousin, when they went, they were like, "Oh, people are being rude. They wasn't trying to talk to us." I mean, I tried. I go and say hello in French. I think that was, maybe because I made an effort. I used to speak French, and then the problem is when you learn another language, if you don't practice it, you kind of like lose it. Well, not French. I used to speak Creole, similar. Mm, that's cool. That's cool. Let me let me tell you, if there wasn't a GPS on a phone or a watch, I would never find my destination. I used to always have to like be with people because I have no sense of direction. Now, once I learn some place, I'm good, but it just takes you time. But if you're traveling, you don't know where something is. Shoot, the Apple Watch be like, make a left, make a right. Oh, that's sad. That sucks. I'm a, uh, so here's my section. The iPad. Bring it, Apple. Bring it. Hey, Leah. Yeah, right. I'm so bad with directions. I sometimes even get lost with that, but at least the phone's like, hey, 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 you're going the wrong way. I have zero sense of direction. Zero. And yet I still travel alone. I'm a brave soul. I remember one time, so one of my friends went to college in Virginia, and back in the days, I used to walk and run everywhere. So I got lost and was literally walking on the highway. That's how lost I got. I still to this day don't know how I got home. It was the scariest thing I've ever been through. Like, I don't know how to get back to her house. And if I remember right, um, I had a phone, but it was like when phones were just becoming mainstream. So I didn't have it on me. Like phones back then, they were freaking big, but the irony is now phones are big. But they were like you just couldn't put them on your spandex. So I was just like, I'm lost. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. So they got screen sharing, but in my family. A lot of my family does not rock with Apple like that. I think like a handful of my family has Apple, but shut up. I remember there. I remember meeting you, but it worked out in the end. Yes, that's why. Oh, You were so young when we met you, but there was something about you. I mean, you're still gorgeous, but you were just like, back then it's like, oh, she's so cute. Well, you went from cute to gorgeous. There was there was one time, the first day I met Kim. It was at this Michael Jackson meetup at 42nd Street with the Michael Jackson fans in New York. So I went to Melanie's event first, and then I had to go to Honey's party, which was on the other side of Manhattan. No, I don't know Kim yet, but Kim has a worse sense of direction than I do. So imagine two people with no sense of freaking direction. We got there so much later than we were supposed to. Aw, heck yeah. Thank you. Yo, my handwriting sucks. I have the Apple Pencil, but because we use keyboards and stuff, my handwriting is trash. I'm supposed to do a proposal for work, so I'm doing research and I'm writing down, and it just looks like a kindergarten kid learning to write for the first time. I gotta get on this Apple campus. I used to love math, but it's like anything. If you don't use something over time, you just don't have that sharpness. But I'm one of them people, like, I'm really good with numbers or analyzing things. And it's like, my family's like, why are you like this? It's been actually really cool. Like, actually, that's part of my job. Like, you you observe things and then you have a very analytical report about what your observations are based on people's feedback and stuff. And so it's funny, when I went to college, I was like, why do we have to do reports? I'm never going to have to do this in life. Yeah, okay. I do reports minimum once a month. This week I do it for, I think, 9 days in a row, but they're mini reports, nothing really hard, nothing analytical. And then now I got to do a proposal for something. Oh, you're so lucky. Wow. By the way, I'm getting back into gaming. I got PS5. I play Sims. Oh, I love Sims. Feel like a kid all over. Yes. I used Xbox Connect from 10 years ago. I cannot believe that thing still works. Um, I do have Nintendo Switch, but I don't think they have the Sims on it, which sucks. If I need either Nintendo or Mac iPad to come out with Sims, I need something mobile. And then I got a couple of trips this year where I couldn't afford a hotel, and I'm stuck, and I'm like, yo, that would be so cool if I could have Sims. Imagine being stuck someplace. Because the cool thing is, like, most of my trips, I'm only stuck maybe 4 or 5 hours, because, like, let's say I do an event and the event ends at 10 o'clock. By the time you get through LA traffic, you're there at the airport at 12. Flights around 5, you board around 4 something. So you're not stuck for a long time, but it'd be nice if I had a video game, because, like, you don't want to fall asleep. You don't want to fall asleep until your flight comes. Yeah. I really love. I'll be honest. I'm more of a PS girl, because it's so funny. I'm kind of like a tomboy, or people. I would say I'm classified more as a tomboy. So all my boyfriends who play video games are PS heads, and so my brother has PS, uncle. So we yeah, Xbox comes into play because you have Michael Jackson Connect, you have Dance Central, This is the reason why I have Xbox, and then I got The Sims on there. But if I had money, I'm keeping it real, I would get the PS5. That's my next purchase, but I figure I'm not gonna buy anything that's gonna distract me from what I have to do. It's 4 channels, main job, auntie slash mommy duties, and I'm just like church. It's a lot. So once I figure out not to have to do a 9 to 5, then I could probably have the luxury of playing things like PS5. But that's why I got the Switch, because at least with the Switch, I can bring it with me, even though it's rare I even get to do that anymore. It's just constant work. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The social media is not work compared to my job. Like I love doing social media, so I'm like, that's why like you want to get a job that doesn't feel like a job. At least that's the goal. Like I wouldn't mind working for another YouTuber or just doing my own thing, because I was like, I love doing content. Even I do consulting for people. I love doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a good distraction though. I know when I got the Nintendo last year, it was helping me with a lot of stuff. Like you said, it makes you feel like a kid, and I feel like video games create pockets of peace. So, especially when I'm stressed out, oh my God, I play games. Like it helps. Like if I'm really pissed, I'll play that the Mario Kart, because there's nothing to think about. Just drive. Just drive. But nah, I just gotta be super focused and super, super, super lazy. Cause it's like this year, just in travel expenses, without the hotel, I think I spent close to $2,000-3,000 already, just booking the activities, flying back and forth. And I'm like, there's no way this is sustainable. I just got to get my money up. It is what it is. And honestly, the inflation's messing this up. Like I used to be able to go to Miami for like 150. Last year we went to Miami round trip 500. Wait, what? Like, how do you go up like 3 times, almost 3 times the price? No, actually more than 3 times the price. And that's like that with everything. So it's like my salary didn't go up 3 times the price. But if my company's watching, it would be nice. Just saying. I'm a hard worker. I even came in when I wasn't supposed to. I'm one of those people like I love my company because they're super flexible and I'm able to do like social media and have a like stable income. It's rare you get a freelance job that keeps you as long as mine has. But I'm just saying, if y'all are watching, I'm a hard worker. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, just throwing it out there. Oh, does anybody ever use the iPhone mirroring? I just started getting into that because my iPhone is my second camera for YouTube, but I need to be able to see it. So I always use it as the overhead one, and that's when I started realizing you can mirror it with your computer. So my computer has this is the cameras. Let me see what my hands can see. It's awesome. Apple know what they doing. They keep you like, it's like freaking a drug. And it started. Actually, my first Apple product is literally in a frame behind glass. It was my first iPod, and I used to walk around, click the wheel. But I have all my devices. I remember when I upgraded the phone, they were like, "Oh, you can get a better deal if you trade it in." I said, "Absolutely not." I have all my phones still, all my iPads, all my iPods. When I changed the office, I'm definitely probably gonna like have like I guess a history wall of all the gadgets I've had. Um, I love gadgets like a lot, and I noticed because like for example, because I love using my iPad so much, it pretty much replaced a lot of other things. So when we redo the apartment, a lot of stuff I'm getting rid of because I'm like, I don't really use certain things anymore. Basically, it's my Xbox, my Switch, my iPad, my phone. I kind of use my laptop, but only for StreamYard. Um, a TV. I only use like, well, I don't have a DVD. No, I don't have a Blu-ray, which I need. But sometimes I need that because certain things, like I just got, I'm getting TJ Jackson's MMM DVD, or I think it's a Blu-ray. I'm going to need it for that. Um, Even though Xbox is supposed to play, it never does. I had a computer that used to play. You have a CD-ROM. I still have it, but it's I don't know. I need a Blu-ray player. I say all that I need a Blu-ray player. And sometimes I don't even use my TV. Sometimes I just have my little iPad. I just take it wherever I go, just watch it throughout the house. I wish I had an iPad as a kid. Like there's four of us. We used to fight over the TV all the freaking time. But then again, I wouldn't be who I was if I didn't have to share, because that's how I got into X-Men and stuff. My brother and sister would always be like voted on, so of course I would get outvoted. So I was forced to always watch like comic book stuff. So oh my god, when I say kids love coming here, so my cousins are funny. Like, I used to be like the people everybody dropped their kids off to. They were like, "Hey, here." But surprisingly, I don't have any kids. I actually chose not to have kids. I think because I'm the oldest of four, I'm mentally scarred and don't want to have kids now. But I love children and they love coming over here a lot. Like that's why like my nieces and nephews are so close to me because when they came over here, we used to always have so much fun. We still do. Some of them are little. I have a 5 year old. So I have a 5 year old nephew. That's my youngest. Um, I think my niece is 15. I have another niece that's 11. Um, Now one of my nieces never came here. It's a long story. It was a custody issue, but uh, yeah, kids love me. My cousin's kids love me. Like my little 5 year old nephew, he grabbed my face when I saw him a month ago, and he said, "Are you a kid?" He couldn't believe it. He was just like, because the way I play with kids, they're just like, "There's no way that's an adult." Yeah, see me at work. In work, I'm a meanie. Work, people be like, "We're so miserable," but I'm tougher at work because where I work, the environment I am, if you're too nice, they'll walk all over you. And I'm like, "Oh, you got me twisted." Hashtag Harlem. Hashtag Washington Heights. I am not the one to be playing with. So even though I like people, they take like how I speak as a weakness, and I'm like, no, 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 Harlem Heights. Hey, hi, hi. Oh, notice how they said anything with an M chip. I only have one device with an M chip. So that's Apple's way of saying, well, if you don't have the latest and greatest, watch. I will keep this. I will keep my devices till they get to my phone level when just stuff just stops working altogether. Y'all got me twisted. That's one thing. If I ever make the type of money where I could have the latest and greatest, I think I still wouldn't have the latest and greatest. That's not how I really use my gadgets. I use them until stuff falls apart. So my main vlog camera is falling apart. I will be making a video about that soon because I have some tough decisions to make about the future of cameras and my whole philosophy on that. Um, but nah, I never buy anything until it breaks. And even when um one of my cameras never broke. So what I did, I use it as a streaming camera. So I'm like, so if something doesn't break but I replace it, I find a new use for it. Like I just don't waste money like that. It's like this stuff is expensive. Well, not my stuff is not expensive because I don't get professional stuff. I always get like entry level things, but still, we're still talking $500. That's still a lot of money. I have been talking through this whole keynote, but I'm being honest. Even though they got some cool updates, it's still not enough to make me like completely shut the hell up. Are we at least at the halfway mark? All right, we have 43 minutes left. They still haven't answered my question. What was the main question here? Or the question of the day? Will Apple software match the power of their hardware? Can you give me a reason to even want to be enticed to get your M4 chip iPad Pro? That's the question of the day. And so far, shoot. Bring Sims to iPad and don't bring the watered down Sims. I want to be like a Sims that keeps cheating on my other half and having babies with other Sim members. Have you guys ever played The Sims and like cheated on your significant other, and then like your lover comes over and then just like walks in the house and fights with the other sim, and it's like, what you fighting my husband for, dude? You should have known I had somebody else. I wasn't spending the night at your house. I love this, and I always do things like I would never do in real life, or would I? Just kidding. Am I? Just kidding. Things I wouldn't do in life. One time I created. Hold on. Ooh, artificial intelligence. You got my interest. Does anybody here use AI? I currently use some level of AI. I use AI makeup. I use AI. Um, I use AI to generate certain things for my thumbnails. Um, I try not to use it too much, but for what I use it for, it has been helpful. Wait, hold on. What the heck? Does Apple have their own AI? Apple Intelligence? Yo, what the heck? Apple Intelligence? What? What? Did anybody know that Apple had their own AI thing going? I have been dodging some of my favorite YouTubers to avoid any kind of leaks. Like, my favorite YouTubers in the tech space is I Justine, Marcus, Brian Tong, and there's, I think it's called Geek Bar, Think Bar, something. Oh God, forgive me, because the last people I mentioned, I just started watching them. I avoided all of y'all. Sorry, because sometimes y'all be spilling the beans, especially like, well, I won't out the ones who be leaking. Ooh, I'm intrigued. Ooh, dabbling with AI. I'm still in shock. As I'm going through caffeine withdrawal, and I want another Coca Cola, knowing I shouldn't drink Coca Cola. You know what I do? I also use AI with my reports. Things like Grammarly, very helpful tool. My boss used to be like, "Do you, do you proofread?" And of course I do, but clearly, and when they ask you that, that's their way of saying step it up. I mean, you still have to proofread. Sometimes AI messes that up. But yeah, invest in a good writing tool like AI, Grammarly or something if you have to do writing for a living. Ooh, ooh. And it's funny, I would just mention Grammarly and now Apple has it. It does original images now? Shut up. Yo, Apple be just. I did not see this coming. Wow. When can I make myself into a cartoon? Actually, I could probably update my thumbnail with that. I had that weird thumbnail. I was trying to look angry. I was just like, get this thumbnail. Maybe I'll redo my thumbnail after this live. Hot mess. To have some form of AI integrated in Apple is genius because it's already like in a very intuitive device. Like now that I've updated my phone, or there's certain things I'm starting to notice, and I'm like, this thing is it's aware of my patterns. When when could I use this? Is this going to be a free thing, or do we have to pay for this too? I'm I probably spend, well, I cut a lot of things off. Minimum, before I cut everything off, $100+ in subscriptions. I still have certain subscriptions I can't get rid of, like my website and stuff. That kind of stuff is like $750 a year. No, actually more than that, because I have StreamYard, like 1,000 a year. Then you have things like Spotify, Apple Music. Well, I used to have Netflix. I'll put it back on, but your favorite television shows, my Apple hard drive. Please let this. I say that. Please let this be part of the package for free. I'll be right back.
Incredible new ways to enhance your writing. Whether you're tidying up your hastily written class notes, ensuring your blog post reads just right on WordPress, or making sure your email is perfectly crafted. Let's use mail to
So did they make Grammarly obsolete just now? Yep. My goal is to empty out my or at least get all the unread stuff read or deleted. It's ridiculous. It's all the same stuff. Oh, we have a sale at Old Navy. Oh, oh my. Ah. I'm slowly falling asleep because now I'm quiet. I'm like, I have thoughts, but I'm waiting because we still have. Uh, looks like another. We'd have less than 20 minutes, like 15 minutes. I have thoughts. Get to the good stuff. I was going to eat my dinner, and I think I just should have. I don't like eating on camera. I'm so annoying. Like either I'm chewing in the mic, or I eat like someone who hasn't eaten like 20 years, and it's like it's my first time exposed to food or good food. So I say all that. I shouldn't be eating on camera. In no class. I knew I should have went to etiquette school. Sorry, the mic was muted. Is it me? You know what? I'm glad the mic was muted. It's like 12 minutes left. I could wait 12 minutes. Hmm. Did I miss something? Wow. I kn- wow, to see Apple have an integration with Chat GPT. Interesting. I've never used GPT yet. Heard of it. Um, there's reasons why I haven't used it. Um, like I said, I do use AI, but very sparingly. But it's interesting. I heard this is the cream of the crop of AI, at least for the public. Interesting. Unless I missed something because I was talking for the bulk of this. Oh my God. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss nothing because I was talking through the majority of this crap before I start talking some nonsense. Highlights. Nope. Nope. I didn't miss anything. Oh, child, Apple, Apple. I'm definitely not going to get an invite now to the campus. uh, Do y'all see my face? This is. Oh, I am so curious to what other YouTubers have said. Um. Wow. Wow. I got thoughts. I got thoughts. Let's get into the recap. Give me a second to get comfortable as I contemplate on what chair I need to upgrade for this little tiny office of mine. Honestly, give me a second, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Before I recap, did Apple give me a reason or a need to want to have to go after that M4 iPad Pro? Absolutely freaking not. No way. No way. The question of the day: will Apple's software match the power of their hardware? Once again, absolutely not. This thing is powerful AF. Don't mean to curse, but there's no other way to get this out. Ah. Is this presentation as bad as the keynote from the other one that caused me to be super, super, super pissed? Oh, yeah. It gets the poo poo from me, y'all. What just happened, y'all? What did we just witness? Homie, I didn't even have a big wish list. All I asked you was give me a reason to find the need to spend more money on an iPad than my actual iPad MacBook. And basically, the stuff I have will be fine. Make this make sense. Oh, God. I'm underwhelmed, man. I was rooting for y'all. I was rooting for y'all. I was rooting for y'all. I am telling you, I know it doesn't show by my actions. I am a I am a huge Apple head. Literally, I have a big head and I love Apple. So I legitly have. I am an Apple head, literally. Um all right, let's just get into some of the cool things that stood out to me because even though I'm underwhelmed, let's celebrate that maybe because they have the level of power they have, that these things are possible. Now, of course, the iPad finally having a calculator did not need all this power, but yay. Math notes, that's super cool. Maybe I will get back into being the the math science nerd that I used to be, and I'll let society talk me out of being. Just saying. Um, the smart collections for your photos so your things could be better organized. Sure, love it. Insight, which is coming to Apple TV. but that's really really cool. I'll be able to identify music and stuff in real time, add it to your music. Great. The AI or the Apple Intelligence, I like it a lot. That's really really cool. Um, and the fact that you also will have the ability to work seamlessly with GPT is awesome. Because let's say you're like, well, I don't want to get into the whole artificial intelligence. I don't want this information, my information being used to build AI to eventually do maybe some really harmful things in the future. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? My bad. Um, yeah. So, okay, so AI versus Chat GPT. Let's get into it from what I could, because like I said, I use it fairly, but I understand what's going on and how it works. So AI intelligence, from what I can figure out, is something that's more. It's basically more contained. It's your little level of intelligent building machine learning based on your use of it, right? And I don't know if I'm getting this right or wrong, but let me just see how I understood it. Versus Chat GPT, which uses everyone's intelligence or everyone's use of it to build this big data bank. And so, the AI is doing cool things to your images. It's like the gym emojis, the cleanup tools and the intelligent search. It would allow your Siri to actually be useful. Um, I like the whole recording to notes so you can be more engaged when you're taking notes, recording calls. Hmm. I'm sure I'll be using that. I record a lot of stuff. Be careful what you say around me. Just kidding, or am I? Um, I'm glad that it's free. I'm glad the Apple Intelligence is free. I did voice concerns about that. I'm tired of paying. I pay for Apple Cloud, Apple Music, Apple minimum. I think I pay $50 a month in Apple services. No lie, and I don't even have them all yet. Um, like it sounds like Apple Intelligence is going to be it's going to make Siri and your personal ecosystem run better. It's more tailored to you. I think my favorite feature is being able to take my friends' photos and to make them into little animations. As a matter of fact, I can't think of what I use now, but I think Wonder, and Wonder was like $30. That's how I generate my AI pictures. It does a decent job. This is kind of like more. I feel like this taking my own photos and just making it more animated looking it was exactly what I was looking for, and Wonder could not do that. But I'm still going to use Wonder. I've it's been really really helpful. I so yeah, I like that from the Apple Intelligence. Um, but can I be honest? I'm underwhelmed, y'all. I'm sorry. You did not give me any freaking reason to want to upgrade. You did not take advantage of the power of a M4 freaking chip inside the freaking thinnest iPad ever made. Actually, I think it's the thinnest device ever made. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Um, Either Apple is just waiting to pull out the big guns, or they Apple, you get one more chance with me for me to change my schedule to accommodate your keynotes. Otherwise than that, you're going to go into the pile of things I see when I see it. There's one keynote that I wanted to check for one of my subscriptions. I won't say which one because I'm not getting paid to do that. Um, that I need to watch, but it's been out for a while. But if it was Apple, I would have made sure that I saw it within 24 hours. Apple, come on. Did you have some cool announcements? Sure, but not 1 hour and freaking 40 minutes worth. Mm. Um, oh God. You know what? I'm getting off this live soon because I'm starving, and the Coca Cola is kicking my bladder, and I'm still sleepy. But bottom line, it's not matching all that power. I was hoping to hear more about Final Cut. I was more, like hearing like, "Hi guys, you're for those who purchased the new powerful one, the one that's more money than a MacBook. Guess what? It works like a freaking MacBook." And it was crazy. Before I realized that I need to stop spending money and get my life together, I was really considering to buy a MacBook Air just so I could do the streaming outside, right? For one, I couldn't find one cheap because all I need is the ability to be able to do presentations like this. That's all I need it for on the go. And so I said, well, I don't want to bring my MacBook. One, it's big, and two, it's the main computer. I don't want it outside. God forbid someone does something like steals it. Welcome to New York. But yeah, no. I think what I'm going to do as I come to the realization that I really freaking need to stop spending money and get my life together. While I'm taking a time out from spending money, um, Apple, you have a year or two to razzle dazzle me, because right now I'm feeling like you're simmering. You're like, we know we're gonna let you guys talk mess about us because we know what's coming down the pipeline. We're gonna shut you guys all up. In the meantime, I'm going to get off this live, go watch my favorite YouTubers to see how they feel. Maybe I'm just being a big baby. Maybe I'm just acting like a real, you know, and I just need to get my life together. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I am the only worst person feeling this way. You know, I'm not like an expert. I'm just like a regular struggling Apple user, just trying to get a piece of the apple, literally, but just trying to figure out, hey, should I sell a kidney to upgrade my iPad? Nah, nah. I'll keep my organs. We're good. Um, I can't even think of anything that made me want to say, oh my God. I mean, I'm looking forward to using everything, especially the AI. Wait a minute. Did he say when the AI is available? Let me Google that. I was quiet for that part. When will Apple be? Yeah, I guess it's the number one question. Apple Intelligence is free for users and will be available in beta, not on my watch, as part of the iOS 18. Nah, I don't mess with the freaking beta. It will be ready in the fall. So in the fall, we get to use all that cool stuff. All right, cool. Because I don't do betas, even though I do have one device, the family one, that I could do that with. I'm not. I'm not. That we're not doing. But will the other YouTubers do it? They have million devices to like? Yeah, I got 20 iPads to be for beta. Not me. I'll take that back. I do have a broken iPad Mini. The screen's really weird. Maybe I could use that one, but it won't be the other one. It won't be this mini. It won't be this baby. No, I honestly it's empty. The iPad Mini. I was watching Keynote too. All right, y'all. I'm done babbling. I'm really curious to see what some of my favorite YouTubers have to say. By the way, Brian Tung, I just think Marcus, and oh my God, let me look at the last one, the one where I think I messed up their name. Just give them credit where credit is due, just in case you're like, well, who does Trisha follow? I Justine was the first. I just want to name that. I Justine is amazing. Shout out to her. She's the go up in these tech streets. I think it's called Geek Bar Podcast. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm like, I hate when I don't get people's. Oh, Genius Bar podcast. Oh, I'm sure. I have a feeling they're gonna go off. Let me see. So I'm kind of curious. Did they do a live? No, they didn't. But let me just pull up. So I'll just give everyone I mentioned some love. Let's share my freaking. Let me just make sure something's not showing. Yes. Okay. Cool. Share my screen, and then we're out of here because I have nothing else to say. All right. So to the people that I butchered their name, they get to go first. So I watched the Genius Bar podcast. Yes. Then I also watched I Justine. What up, boo? She's the go up in these streets. I love this girl so much. Hope to meet her one day. She always comes to New York. I never catch her though. Brian Tong. He's one of I would say he's the second person I follow, but he used to work for somebody else back in the days. That's how I know him. He seems so cool. I've never met him. He seems so cool though. And then Marcus, but Marcus's podcast, Marcus Brown has a podcast. I just can't remember the name of the podcast because that's what I'm always watching. Let me go on this channel real quick. So, because sometimes people plug their other channels. Shoot. No. Is it the studio? Is it autofolk? Is it this? I think I watched this. Yes. I never knew the name of the podcast until now. Waveform podcast. Check that out. I watch that all the time, just to know the name. And that's it, right? Did I get everybody? Yeah, that's everybody. Just in case you want to know, well, who do you watch? Those are my favorite YouTubers up in those tech streets. I'm sure there's more, but those, especially like I Justine and Brian, I've been watching them forever from day one. And then Marcus, I discovered it along the way. And then, I'm afraid this to mess up the name again, so I'm just going to be quiet and I'm going to leave on that note and poo poo to this freaking podcast. I mean, Keynote. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Well, I don't. I'll be honest. I try not to rent on Apple. I really try, but I can't. I can't be a liar. Since I'm not in favor with any of these companies. Hey, just be honest. Just say how you really feel, and one day, one day, one day, Apple will bring it. It's just not going to be today. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. And I appreciate y'all. And those who know me from my other channel, I'll be in that channel in a few days. Gotta just get my slideshows together for that. And thanks to freaking Apple, I still gotta bring a laptop to do a silly StreamYard presentation, which is ridiculous, and use my external camera. But okay, here's the innovation. Woosa. Good night, y'all. Thanks for watching.